From the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Son of a bitch. What's up, you damn dirty dickheads? Welcome to this raggedy bitch, stupid ass camera son of a... Hey! Welcome to the show. Barry on Deck, I'm your host, and fuck shit, and welcome. Hey, hi, how you doing? Episode 940 and all that shit. Hey! Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Fuck shit, I didn't think we were going to have a show. Oh God, Lord Jesus. I love you, camera. Let's just focus, okay? Like, literally focus and be good. God bless America and everything holy. I don't know what the shit that was about. We're rolling, getting ready to go, and the camera just goes, night-night. What? That's why the intro just sat there. I was like, why did the camera just stop working? Why? Pray tell, why? So, yeah, we were supposed to be rolling along. We were supposed to be started, several damn minutes ago. Excuse me. But I'll be goddamned. Stupid ass, one thing after another. I swear before God. But we're here. We're good. Everything's fine. I don't know why, bro. I don't know, Tiger Stripes. Brian, some bitch just shut down. Sometimes it can overheat, and I had left it on last night, which is my bad. That's my fault. But I don't think that's what it was, because I've done that before and had no problemos. So I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure. Knock on wood, you know what we haven't had? Issues because of Windows updates. Jinx, son of a bitch. I done did it now. But we're rolling. We got a lot to get to. NBA draft lottery was last night. NFL schedules came out. I need to pull those up. NFL schedules released. There's FJ. My boy FJ got a good. Hey, FJ, did you send that link that I requested? Go check your Twitters. I will also check the Twitters. Oh, speaking of, I need to tweet the show out. That would be nice. No one gives a shit. I don't think anybody comes to this show from a tweet. I need to start tracking it. Actually, there is a way I could track it. I forgot I use like a bit.ly. bit.ly. Yeah, I use bit.ly as a link. I could track that. Yeah. I'll go look and see. I'll look and see if anybody even remotely uses that stupid ass link. Or am I just wasting my time? I feel like a lot of the stuff I do for this show is just a waste of time. It's like, why do I even bother? Like, I upload the show podcast to the Patreon. I don't think anybody listens to it. I don't think not one single person logs into the Patreon to listen to the show there. I don't think, I do know people listen to the podcast on Podbean. I do get the numbers there. So, if they said, bro, you messaged me 5 minutes ago. Nah, I don't have a link. Google it. Hey, bro, you can't just send me let me say, bro, you can't just give me a topic. Look, I appreciate good content. But like usually if you're gonna send me a good topic, at least send me a link. Make it easier on your boy. Cause I just saw it like right before we went live. And so it was like, oh yeah, we'll do that, but I'm in the midst. I'm in the midst of going live. But I'll Google it. That's fine. I'll do your producer's job for you, FJ. You're fired, bro. You know what? You're no longer the producer of Barry on Deck. How you like that? You didn't even know you had the job, and now you've lost it. How's that feel? How'd that taste? Does that taste good? Hope so, because you just lost your producer's role. And scene. Jackass. Suck it, nerd. Uh-oh. I have fucked this up. Damn it. I done goofed up my slides. Son of a bitch. That's okay. We'll persevere. I'll figure something out here. So we got a lot to get to. I'm going to have to fix some slides on the fly. I didn't. I goofed. I goofed on something. I made you guys some pretty slides. And then goofed on something. So, I'll see if I can find something neato. Probably not. That's okay. Nope, that ain't gonna get it. So yeah, we got NBA lottery. We've got what else we got? We've got NHL playoffs. Tony, checking in with you, bud. Did you watch the game last night? Did you watch the hockey? I didn't even get to watch it last night. I spent a wonderful evening with the wife. I didn't do a goddamn thing other than spend a wonderful evening with the wife. I've been doing that a lot lately. Been very pleasant. Just prioritizing. And that's been really, really nice. I ain't gonna lie. That's been pretty cool. So, yeah, been pretty dope. But Tony, if you did get a chance, check in, my boy. Check in and let me know, did you watch the hockey? Huh? And if so, what did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you like it a lot? I'm curious, famo. I was just curious. Did you like it? Inquiring minds want to know. Broseph. Your boy would like to know. So let me know. I'm not saying I fell asleep. Fuck shit. Jesus, what a loser. What a god. Can't do shit around here. I swear to God. Oh, well. Okay. So we'll get into some, I know a lot of you, I'm seeing it a lot. Let's just be real. A lot of people saying the NBA has diarrhea. A lot of people saying the NBA has diarrhea. A lot of people saying the NBA has diarrhea. A lot of people saying the NBA is rigged. We'll get to why in a moment. I'm here to tell you, folks, the NBA is not rigged, and I'll tell you why. I'll get to the topic that FJ told me about. It's an interesting one. It is, I didn't hear about this or know about this, but I'm going to Google it. We'll Google it together. How about that? And we didn't get to a topic yesterday that I want to get to today. It's about really shitty fans and Lance McCullers Jr. And we'll discuss because people are fucking disgusting, man. Just flat out gross. So we'll get to that. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how else to put it, but people just. So if you didn't hear, Lance McCullers Jr. had a really shitty outing the other day versus the Reds. Got knocked around the yard, got shelled, and he got death threats. But it's just not, he didn't get death threats. His kids got death threats. Do you understand how big of a fucking asshole you are if you're out there giving death threats to a player, first of all, but not just a player, but to a player's kids? I mean, that's like next level douchebaggery, bro. Like, I don't understand that at all. That's pretty wild to me. And oh my God, what the fuck is happening to this? This is really pissing me off. Sorry, guys. My slides got all fucked up. We just may not have a fancy slide for this. Okay, that's going to work, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. We'll see. Appears to have worked. Yeah, it's a pretty low point in a human being's life when you threaten their kids' lives over a sport. I don't understand what goes through people's minds. Like, it's fucking baseball, first of all. Shit ain't that serious, bro. And not only that, like, it's the regular season. I mean, it's the second game back. Like, there's just, he didn't blow a World Series. Like, he didn't cost the team a World Series. He didn't. I don't know, man. People are just fucking weird, and I hope. My honest hope is that somebody somewhere that they press charges or they find out who did this and they do something about it, because that's just not. That's just awful, bro. I don't know, man. It's a pretty fucked up world we live in, that a dude can't even go out, do his job. You know, I mean, he's not the first pitcher to have a bad outing for the Astros. He's, I don't know, man. This is fucking weird. It's a weird, it's a weird thing to threaten somebody's kids over. And I'm not like trying to belittle, oh, it's just the regular season. Like trying to say, I mean, you know, if it's the World Series, then threaten to murder his children. I'm certainly not saying that. But what the fuck are we doing? I don't know. People are just like, they're fucking awful, man. People are terrible. And, you know, when you sign up to be in the public eye, when you sign up to be an athlete, when you sign up to be an entertainer, when you sign up to be a celebrity, when you sign up to be whatever, when you sign up to be in the public eye, you understand that there is a certain amount of scrutiny that's going to come with it, a certain amount of criticism and ridicule that you're prepared for. Right? Like, all right, I'm going to catch shit. I know I'm going to catch shit, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm fully prepared for that. That's fine. But there's a limit, and there's a line that you don't cross. And I don't know. And here's the thing. I've always said Astros fans and Houston sports fans for a long time, I've always given us credit as being good fans. I've always thought that this fan base for a long time was generally a good fan base, meaning, they pretty much treated other fan bases pretty well for the most part. I mean, you have your outliers, you know what I mean? You'll have one or two douchebags in the crowd or whatever, but everybody's going to have those. But I always thought, it's a pretty decent fan base. I'm not so sure now. I think that the Houston fan base, specifically Astros fans, might be one of the worst in sports. Honestly. And I'm look, don't at me. Go at your mama for raising a soft bitch, okay? If this upsets you, if you hear this later on the internet, if you listen to this on a podcast and you're balling up your fist, shove it up your butthole. Your mama raised a soft bitch. Astros fans have become one of the worst fucking fan bases on the planet. They're terrible. They're fucking awful. Have you ever watched or read an Astros fan on Twitter? Have you ever watched them go back and forth? Have you ever seen some of the shit that they say? Have you ever seen how delusional they are? Have you ever seen some of the shit that they talk? I mean, like, it's one thing to just be a fan and, but here's the problem. When you get an ungodly amount of bandwagon fans into your franchise, you get this kind of shit. You get these kind of assholes that do these kinds of things, that make these kind of death threats. Because I really believe, like, true diehard Astros fans, they're not going to do that because they understand it's fucking May. It's a long season. He's game 2 of working his way back. It's a long road to recovery and whatever, but these are these douchebag fly-by-night bandwagon fuckface fans that come in and ruin it. And I hope that the bandwagon runs them over. If anyone should die, it's them. I said that. I said that out loud. I said that out loud with a clear, distinct voice. If you're going to wish death on anybody, don't wish it on Lance McCullers' kids. Wish it on these douchebags that are making those threats. Fuck them. Die in a car fire, you piece of shit. Really, if the AIDS don't get you first, die in a car fire. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. This is where I'm at. Let's think of how many different ways we could wish this person to die. I think that's what we should do. We're going to devote the rest of the show to wishing death on the person that is making the rest of Astros fandom look like shit because they're a terrible person. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to come up with a ton of different ways for this asshole to kill himself. Okay, we're not going to do that. But boy, that would be fun. It's fucking awful, man. It really is. It's awful. So, it's a low fucking point. Oh, It really is. It is a low point in Astros baseball in general. So I hope they catch the dude. I do. I hope they catch him, and I hope they take his ass to jail. I sound like an old man, but you know what? I am kind of old, so go fuck yourself. All right, but I did want to get to that. We didn't talk about it the other day, so I wanted to just briefly touch on that because what are we doing? Lock it up. Shit ain't that serious. This is sports. It's not life or death, nor should it be. Nor should we be talking like that. So, but shit went down in the NBA last night. That's for damn sure. So we're gonna get to that. Let me just re-download these slides here real quick. Download. Boop. And we got a birthday today too. Well, let's download. Let's say what's up to the chat. At least refer to this person as a bitch. I did. I referred to him as a lot of names. Sports with Balls is reporting. Okay, well, first of all, Sports with Balls, I love old boy, but he's not reporting. He is conveying. So let's get our terminology accurate. He's not a reporter. He's posting. Right? So, he just posts. He's like an aggregate. He sees shit and reads shit, and then he just posts the stuff that he gets from people that actually do the reporting. So, let's get that right. That's like if I post something. I'm not reporting. I'm just posting what I read. Sorry. I'm a stickler for that shit. I love my boy, but he's not a reporter, so we're not gonna frame that as such. Jared, wow, it's 2025. It could be a woman. No, I'm sorry. There's not. Yes, jump in front of an 18-wheeler. That's a good one. I really like that one. God damn it, that is a good way for them to. And we have a lot of truck drivers in this chat that would gladly run them over. I hope. Well done, Perry. That's a good way for that asshole to go. Told that was fine. All right, let's see. Donna! What? How did I miss all this? None of the alerts fired off. Houseway. I heard no alerts. Nasty Nate resubscribed for 38 months. Didn't hear it. Son of a bitch. Jared Taylor sent 100 bits. Didn't hear it. Son of a bitch. Donna sent in 52 bits. Didn't hear it. Son of a bitch. Perry sent in 25 bits. Didn't hear it. Son of a bitch. Ow. Okay. Not smart, Laminac. That is not. Oh, don't do that. That was right in the rock. Shit. All right. Gotta say what's up to everybody. My sweet Donna checked in first on the YouTube, so y'all can suck it, nerds. Who else is in? Mark G, what up, pimp? Rudy Rod, sanitize, wash hands, social distance. Back the fuck up, bitches. Flip is in. What's up, Flip? Total Dallas is here. Jared Taylor's in the building. Tony the Handsome is here. What up, Jesus? Good to see you, pimp. Brian is in, aka Tiger Stripe Media. Tiger Stripes with an S. Tiger Stripes Media. Who else? John Dorier, what up, pimp? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Mark G, go Jets. Let's see. He said, Helly Buke. How do you say that? Needs to start playing better. I didn't watch. I mean, I wanted to watch. I forgot to watch hockey last night. I fell asleep. You're an asshole. I don't know. Mark, did you watch the Golden Knights Oilers game? I guarantee it was good. Dubs. Jets, Jets. Wrong Jets, Dubs. Mark G, I picked the Stars to win it all 3 weeks ago on a sports show on YouTube. Not a hockey fan. And not a good pick. Hey, what up, Cisco? Cisco's in Fredericksburg. Barry, my question to you, is the NBA lottery rigged? No. And I'm going to tell you why here in just a minute. What up, Uriel? The streak is alive. Jen! What up, girl? We missed you on the anniversary show yesterday. Good to have you back, sweet thing. The toilet took longer than 5 minutes. Nope, that was not it. Nice try, though. What up, Alex? Good to see you, sir. Alex Villanueva's in the building. Buttons don't work. Dallas Anders 69. What up, pimp? Good to see you, sir. Who else is here? Perry. What's up, Perry? Good to see you. FJ's in the building. Got fired as a producer, but that's okay. Centerpoint enters the chat. What up, Toto Dallas? On YouTube's. Who else? Flip. Pete Rose is now eligible for the Hall of Fame. I need to see that. John Dorier. God, Amos. Ain't nobody on Twitter but bots and brand loyalists. That's true. That's very true. It sucks too, because that's where I have like the most followers. But we're about to get that up here in just a minute. We're about to fix that. Let's see. Fuck the Mavs as a staff record label and as a crew. Cheating ass NBA. No. Let's see. Let's see. People are so ugly. Yeah, I agree, Donna. Donna's here. Don't talk about the Cowboy fans. Y'all are talking about baseball. Let's see. By the way, people in general disgust me. Someone already backed into my car. God damn it, Donna. Are you serious? That's the worst. That's the worst. That shit will that makes your stomach turn. You know what I mean? Like that makes your fucking stomach turn. I remember Nora got she got a car and like within 2 months of it, she got hit by a taco truck. And they weren't even good tacos. Just fucking makes you sick. What up, Walt? Good to see you, pimp. I told Walt one of my ideas that I want to try to pull off if I have time, but we'll see. That's why I'm glad they suck now. Well, not really, but now you see the true colors coming out. Yup, that's true about Astros fans. It's the newer fans. I didn't see fans acting like this before 2017. That's a fact, Mark. The true fans are too poor to go to games. Real people don't make death threats. It ain't specific to fans. True. Social media has desensitized fans. There's no fear of possibly running into someone and get punched in the face. That's also true. Even the Astros went to the World Series against the Sox. I didn't see this kind of bullshit. Yeah, that's a fact. Donna. Let's see. It's General says it's a game. Why can't people understand that? I don't know. McCullers was on these people's payroll. Oh, shit. Let's see. Let's see. That's why I'm glad they suck. Oh, I already read that. My bad. Even when the Astros went, why is this repeating? That's weird. Did I miss a? Oh no, it just did the whole thing twice. That's very strange. Oh, I clicked the same one twice. That's my bad. What up, Terrence? Good to see you, buddy. Well, let's see. Alice, Terrence, Mark. Sorry about yesterday. I was teaching first graders about mammals. What the shit? You were teaching them about mammals? Wow. Is Told Dallas about to be on the Mavs bandwagon with Luca Flag? Yeah, right? Exactly. So let's get into it. Let's talk. Oh, shit. Let me get my other headline. Oh, look, there it is. I'll be goddamned. Sure as shit. Sure as shit. We're just going to mosey that on in there. Let's just do this. All right. We won't have pictures for the headlines, but who gives a shit? Let's do them. Come on! All right, this is sports headlines. Whoops, for the day. That is not. Why is that there? Also, that is not okay. You need to refresh, you stupid bitch. Hey, what up? Hey, what up, Chris? Should Mavs trade flag for Giannis? Win now mode. That's an interesting question too. Let's get to that. Let me get through these headlines, and then we're gonna get to that. But that's also an interesting question. So we're gonna address is the NBA rigged, and we'll get to that question because that's a really good question too. I'm a fan as long as you have Dallas on your jersey. All right, here's the headlines now that it's fixed. All right, Derek Carr retired this past Saturday. Didn't even notice that. I saw the headline pop up, or they were talking about like all the money he made, and then Walt sent me a hilarious meme on Instagram that I saw something about, what was it? Something like somebody in New Orleans was friends with the Pope, and then they started praying that Derek Carr is off the team. Next thing you know, he retires. Coincidence? I don't think so. So Derek Carr retires, made something like $190 million. And you know what's crazy? His brother has a Super Bowl ring, and he doesn't. Where's the justice in this world? Where's the justice in this world? Huh? Where's the justice? Craziness. So Dirk Carr, let's see, let me see if I can get his career stats. Derek Carr. Let's see. A 2026 comeback is extremely unlikely, he says. Let's hope so. Here we go. Here's his sport track. Derek Carr, for his career. Oh, let's see. Career earnings. Zip, zip, boop, 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 boop. Bloop. Career earnings. $195 million. Yo, what up, Booker Chew? Good to see you, pimp. Amos said, I'll take the money. He can have his little ring. Yeah, I mean, when you get a Super Bowl ring as a backup, it don't even count. You know what I mean? That's like getting congratulations for giving your wife a fake orgasm. Not the same. That's like people calling you the heavyweight champion of the world, and it's in pro wrestling, not boxing. Not the same. $195 million. I wonder what his brother made. Let's see if we can find what his brother made. Come on, bitch. How's my caps lock on? David Carr. I didn't know there was a David Carr in the PGA. I'll be gosh darned. Premium. I ain't going to your premium. Suck it, nerds. Hey, what do we do? Oh, inactive? Really? So I can't look it up now because he's inactive, huh? You dirty bitch. Do I gotta pull this over here? Hey, what up, Pins with Sports? Let's see. Is this? Yep, it's not gonna show me. Oh, there we go. Why was it hiding? That's weird. Chrome resize. Career earnings for one David Carr, $40 million. Well, and there you go. Champion. Nailed it. So he made $40 million, but he's got a Super Bowl ring. His brother made $195, and he doesn't. So, Derek Carr greater than David Carr financially. Yeah. It should have his statistics. So most of his career with the Raiders, 2 years with the Saints, 2 underwhelming years with the Saints. Saints fans, no doubt, happy to see him go. And that be that. Now, the big news, OBS, Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, amongst a plethora of players apparently reinstated by MLB. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what the dealio is. So let's learn together, because this broke while I was going on air. This broke at 2:50. It's 3:40. So, in a historic sweeping decision, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred on Tuesday removed Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and other deceased players from Major League Baseball's permanently ineligible list. All-time hit king and Jackson, both longtime baseball pariahs stained by gambling, seen by MLB as the game's mortal sin, are now presumably eligible for election to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Manfred ruled the MLB's punishment of banned individuals ends upon their deaths. Obviously, a person no longer with us cannot represent a threat to the integrity of the game. Manfred wrote in a letter to the attorney Jeffrey M. Linkoff, who petitioned for Rose's removal from the list Jan 8. Moreover, it is hard to conceive of a penalty that has more deterrent effect than one that lasts a lifetime with no reprieve. Therefore, I have concluded that permanent ineligibility ends upon the passing of the disciplined individual, and Mr. Rose will be removed from the permanent ineligible list. Manfred's decision ends the ban that Rose accepted from then Commissioner Bart Giamatti in August 1989, following an MLB investigation that determined the 17-time All-Star had bet on games while managing the Cincinnati Reds. Jackson and 7 other Chicago White Sox were banned from playing professional baseball in 1921 by MLB's first commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis. What a fucking name. I'll tell you right now, if I have a kid, I'm naming him Kennesaw Mountain Landis, because nothing screams, I play the spoons, the knee cymbals, and the washboard in my Smoky Mountain band for a bunch of cloggers, like the name Kennesaw Mountain Landis. Ding! Fuck me, that's country. Yee-hoo! Shit. That is the most country. Name a more country name. Don't come at me with no Cletus bullshit. Kennesaw Mountain Landis. I feel like I just had sex with a cousin saying it. That's crazy. Based on current rules for players who last played more than 15 years ago, it appears the earliest Rose and Jackson could be enshrined is 2028. Manfred's ruling removes a total of 16 deceased players and 1 deceased owner from MLB's ban list. A group that includes Jackson's teammates, ace pitcher Eddie third baseman George Buck Weaver. The so-called Black Sox scandal is one of the darkest chapters in baseball's history, the subject of books in a 1998 film, 8 Men Out. Shortly before Rose's first year of Hall of Fame eligibility, the Hall board decided any player in MLB permanently ineligible list would also be ineligible for election. It became known as the Pete Rose rule. Rose believed his banishment should be lifted after a year or two, but it became a lifetime sentence. Joe Jackson died in 51, then became the eternal sentence until Tuesday. Jackson was considered for decades by voters, but Pete Rose's name has never appeared on a Hall of Fame ballot. He died in September at age 83. I think that's interesting that all this time they've never considered lifting the ban for Shoeless Joe. But as soon as Pete dies, they're like, oh, okay. What does that say? I think everybody else was like, go fuck yourself, Joe. Tough shit. Yeah, but I think part of the problem was they didn't have, he didn't have people coming forward on his behalf like Rose does. Like, obviously, Pete Rose has tons of people coming forward and petitioning, and he's got lawyers and everybody else, so that makes a huge difference. Linkoff said he and Rose's family intended to petition the Hall of Fame for induction as soon as possible. Next step is to respectfully confer with the Hall and discuss Pete's induction in the Hall of Fame. Reds Nation will not only be able to celebrate Pete's legacy, but now optimistically be able to look forward to the possibility that Pete will join other baseball immortals. Pete Rose would have for sure been overjoyed at the outpouring of support from all. Okay. What's that you, chat? You go with this? It says earlier this year, Donald Trump announced he planned to posthumously pardon Rose. Over the next few weeks, I will be signing a complete pardon of Pete Rose. He shouldn't have been gambling on baseball, but only bet on his team winning. Oh my God, what a dumb fucking statement. That is the stupidest fucking statement. First of all, just shut up. That's not an excuse. You can't, like, well, that's just a dumb. That's stupid. Barry, remind me of your real name. Think that's country enough. Truman is not country, you dumbass. Truman's not country, Rudolph. You fucking reindeer. Shut up. I got a guy named Rudolph making fun of my name. Oh, okay, Rudolph. Let's go sit down. Rudolph, the red-nosed jackass. Bonds and Clemens for sure. Didn't Rose say he didn't want to go after his death? Well, he ain't got no choice now. Maybe because he was pardoned by Trump earlier this year. Yeah, I'm sure that Donna, that Trump had something, some pressure. I'm sure the pressure from Trump helped. You know what I mean? He's had this way about him, of persuading people to do the things he wants to be done. Who knows with what, but he's been pretty persuasive. Maybe Pete was a bigger part of the league. I'm not an MLB historian. Oh, no, listen. At one point, Pete Rose was the shit. Like, there was nobody like Pete Rose back in the day. Make no mistake about it. Pete Rose was one of one. One of one. Hey, you know what, Tony? Go fuck yourself. Okay? Go fuck it. Tony said, anyone still alive that saw Shoeless Joe besides Barry? You know what, Tony? I hope all of the screws, nuts, and bolts in your office chair come loose. I do. I hope they all just come loose and you fall and bust your ass at some point today. Just randomly. Not now. Not while you're expecting it. Just at some point, maybe when the show's over and you're kicking back, still chuckling at your little jokey joke, and bam, just out of fucking nowhere. Just bust your ass. Your stupid dumb ass. Blue Woods, grandfather's real name, what? Blue Woods, grandfather's real name, could have played all those instruments you named. I don't know what that means. No, Total Dallas, I'm not, because I don't care. You won that bet, not me. Why do I give a fuck? Huh? Why do I give a fuck? Okay, everybody, look. Jeff Bell lost his bet, and there's the stupid Dallas Stars. That's for you, not me or us or the show. That was between y'all. I'm glad he paid up, though. I expected nothing less. Jeff Bell is a man of integrity. Oh, name a more country name, Blue Woods. That's your grandfather's name? Amos, your grandfather's name is Blue Woods? I have so many inappropriate things to say right now. I will not besmirch the good name of your grandpa. We will just keep it moving. We just gonna keep going. Yep. We just gonna keep it moving. Hey, what up, AJB? Good to see you, pimp. AJB in the building. My link is second on your agenda. The fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, yeah, I already got that. Speaking of names and athletes, how many damn Will Smiths are there? Yeah, there's a lot. Two very common names, William and Smith. Hello. Very common. Pinsman Sports said you talking about Rodgers going to the Saints. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. Man, honestly, I don't know.
Heck yeah!
Hey, heck yeah, Dre. The doctor is in, ladies and gentlemen. Dre, thank you for resubscribing for 34 months. No, we haven't talked about the rigged NBA lotto yet, but we're actually going to get to it. Why the fuck does the topic still say Jennia's mom? What is happening to this show? I'm going to turn this whole shit around. This is off too. Everything is wrong. Son of a bitch. I thought I had fixed all this. Damn it. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Dagnabbit. Eggs. Oh, Lord Jesus. Boom. People are terrible. We did that. Eggs. This can't be real. And the video goodness. Okay. There's some punctuation issues, but that's okay. No, we're gonna talk Lotto next. At this point, I kind of just don't give a shit about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm of the opinion no team should. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if Nasty Nate is here, but the Steelers, they're in a world of hurt. The Steelers are bad. If you go into this season with like Mason Rudolph and I think Aaron Rodgers is still an upgrade, but damn, I think the Steelers might still be better off with Aaron Rodgers, but just getting strung along, god damn. I don't know. Tomlin's going to play it cool and be like, hey, it's what ifs. And that's still an option. Trade for Cousins. Okay. You could be worse. Although, man, ask AJB how that went down in Atlanta. Not the best down the stretch. So if I'm the Saints, listen, Linda, listen, Linda, listen, Linda. Tank, bitch. Just suck. Just suck, fam. Car's gone. This is your window. Suck, Buttercup. now's your chance. Shit the bed, bro. Yeah. Yeah, now's the time to really go out and shit the bed. I ain't bringing nobody in. Nope. The rebuild starts now. They've been in salary cap hell for years. They've been in this kind of purgatory where they hadn't been terrible, but they hadn't been great. They've just been middling. You know what I mean? They've just been... Now is the time to just suck and just rebuild. That's exactly my point, Amos. They don't have a win now team. They don't even have a, be mediocre now team. This suck. Yeah, and unlike the lottery in the NBA, you can't get screwed in the draft. So go out and shit the bed. Don't bring in anybody. Who's on the Saints depth chart right now? Who is on their death chart? Let's see. Who is the quarterback? Who's in that QB room for the Saints? Who is on their death chart? Let's see. Death charts. Saints. Uh-oh. Tyler Show? Tyler who? Spencer Rattler. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, baby. Let's roll. Yep. That's it. If I'm the Saints, at this point, let's see. Hold on. What is left on Alvin Kamara's contract? Spotrac. Search Alvin Kamara. Boop, 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 doop, boop. Pew. Alvin Kamara he's 29. He'll be 30 this coming season. He's going to make 2.9 base, 3.1 signing. He did a 3.97 restructure bonus. Oh, look at that dead cap. 28 million. 10 million cap hit. He's got an 18 million cap hit in 2026. 18 million dead money. He's an unrestricted free agent in 2027 at 32. So he kind of got all his money up early. Up early in the morning, dressed in black. Potential out in 2025, 1 year, 24 million, 31 million in dead cap. So if I'm the Saints, I either take that out or trade him. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it. That 1 year potential out is pretty enticing to a lot of teams too. Remember what the Texans did with Stephon Diggs? Texans were like, hey, we'll kick the tires on a 1 year, trial. We're just seeing how good we are. And, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But there's probably a team who's going to find out that maybe their draft pick doesn't pan out, or maybe they didn't get the running back that they wanted to get in the draft. And maybe they're like, yeah, we still need a running back. Let's see. Teams that team needs after the NFL draft. Let's see. Here are some detailed looks at some needs. Boy, everybody needs an edge rusher. Go figure. That's March. Boxes checked. Remaining offseason to do. Is it NFL.com? Ringer has draft team needs. So we can just look at that and just see like who needed a running back. So far, the Raiders. Pull up the draft results as well. Because the Raiders took their running back. And the Chargers took a running back. So let's see who else had a need at running back. It says the Bears had a need at running back. Boy, could you imagine adding Alvin Kamara to that offense? Fuck. Woo, boy, the rich get richer over there in Chicago land if that happens. Let's see, because it said they needed a defensive line. Here, I'll just share this with you. Said they need defensive line, offensive line, and defensive back. Let's see what else. Running back, Cowboys. That would be interesting. Cowboys could use a running back. That's for sure. And that's, again, you know, you take a flyer. They've added a receiver. What's their depth chart look like at RB1? Javonte Williams. Okay. What are the Bears rolling with? Oh, yeah, they're good. They're set. They're okay. Who else? Dolphins is good. Colts is good. Falcons is good. Yeah, good. Broncos need a running back, and they didn't draft one. Not in the first round. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, says the Steelers need a running back. So look, there are opportunities to move him, is all I'm saying. Yeah, Mark said all signs point to Chubb joining the Bears, but I'd take Kamara. I mean, if I'm the Saints, bro, I would seriously consider that. That is a team-friendly contract. You've got an out at the end of 2025, so if you're not happy with it, you move on. It's very much like a Stephon Diggs type of deal, and you're out of it, and you can skedaddle. So, long story short, or I should say long story long, if I'm the Saints, bro, tank city. Who that think they tank the Saints? Who that? Tank the Saints. So that's what I would do. I'd tank the shit out of this season. Okay, let's talk about the NBA draft. A lottery. I know you guys want to talk about it. I know you do. Last night, it went down. Lot of people saying the draft has diarrhea. Amos said traded Kamara and Jordan 2 years ago. They just got to deal with it now. Oh, yeah. Tony said Arch to the Saints would be a nice story. See? See? Who is the Saint deckhead? There's a bunch. There's a bunch of Saints deckheads. There's Marshall. Clarence is a deckhead, or Clarence is a Saints fan. Amos, Perry. Who else? Donna, are you a Saints fan or a Texans fan? I can't remember. I forget Donna's NFL allegiance. I know she's an Astros fan, but I always forget her NFL allegiance. Part-time both. Okay, see? Okay, that's why I get confused. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. What the shit is this? Oh, I was like, what is happening? What is happening? Hot stuff. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay. Let's get into this draft lottery. So NBA lottery draft or draft lottery was last night. And a lot of people not happy. A lot of people not happy with it. The big reason was if you're been living under a rock, your top 5 picks look like this. Mavs get the first pick in the draft, so they win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Next, Spurs get the second pick in the draft. Sixers third, Hornets fourth, Jazz fifth. When you go back and look at the odds, this was not how it was supposed to shake out. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this here. NBA draft. The odds. The Jazz, the Washington Wizards, and the Charlotte Hornets each had a 14% chance of picking number 1. They also had a 52% chance at a top 5 pick. So the Jazz get a top 5 pick. The Washington Wizards get a top 5 pick. Or no, I'm sorry. The Charlotte Hornets get a top 5 pick, but the Washington Wizards end up not getting a top 5 pick, and they had a 52.1% chance of doing so and end up on the outside looking in. The New Orleans Pelicans, they had a 12.5% chance of getting the number 1 pick and a 48% chance of a top 4 pick. But if you're curious, let's just go with the Mavs. The Mavs had a where is it? 1.8% chance. A 1.8% chance of getting the number 1 pick in the draft. Mathematically, they should have ended up at number 11. Instead, they end up where they ended up. Number one. And a lot of people not thrilled with that. A lot of people saying this is rigged. And the reason they're saying that, the reason that they're upset about this is because of the Nico Harrison trade and the Luka Doncic trade, and how they feel like the league is bailing them out. That's the narrative behind this. Now, let me just tell you, I don't think this was rigged. I don't believe that the league is going to bail out Mark Cuban's Mavs or the Dallas Mavericks and reward them with the number one pick for a couple of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, if you think that the 29 other owners are just going to sit back and let the league manipulate this and screw them, you're fucking crazy. If you think the owner of the Washington Wizards and the Utah Jazz and the Charlotte Hornets, who all three had a 52% chance of drafting Cooper Flagg, a potential franchise-changing player, are just going to sit back and be like, go ahead. You can fuck us and screw the whole league. Sure. If you think that they're just going to, oh yeah, we know what's going on, it's fine. You're crazy. It's just not going to happen. And if you think that if it were going on, that they wouldn't know about it, or that there wouldn't be, stuff going on behind the scenes that they wouldn't hear about it, you're crazy. Do you understand how hard it would be to pull that off and no one say anything in this day and age? Damn near impossible. Damn near. Let's just think about this logically. In the day and age of information for sale, do you know how much money I could get from TMZ if I know that the draft lottery is rigged? I could call TMZ and I could call Barstool and say, I want $1 million and I have proof that the NBA is rigging the draft, but I want $5 million for my proof. They'll pay it fucking like that. On the spot. Give me my money. I'm set for life. I want to remain anonymous. I want to keep my job in the NBA. All that. Think about how hard that would be for them to cover up. And I don't care how small the circle is or how tight that they would keep it. Damn near impossible. So there's that. But then I want you to go back and I want you to watch the reaction of that Mavs lottery war room when they won. Ladies and gentlemen, that was absolute pure joy, shock, surprise, amazement, and joy. That was a room full of grown-ass men that were losing their goddamn minds. That was a room full of men coming unglued. The amount of relief in that room was off the charts, especially knowing that that franchise, as a franchise, made a decision to trade a franchise player. And then all of a sudden, fortune turns on a dime Folks, you can't fake that. You just can't fake that. So no, I don't think that that was something that they just, oh, well, we got away with that one too. No, you're not going to convince me of that either. Just no. Sorry, I'm looking at something here. Trying to set up the rest of the slides as I talk. Not as easy as you would think to run a show and set up the visuals as you go. So, I mean, these are all things you honestly have to consider. Realistically, when you think about a conspiracy. And why would the NBA choose the Mavs of all teams? Why would the NBA... Why the Mavs? Let's think about this for a second. Why would they, also, let's not forget, the Spurs had a 6% chance of a number one pick and a 26% chance of a top 4 pick. But they beat out 3 teams with a 52% chance. And they end up with the number 2 pick on a team that already had back-to-back rookies of the year. Now, you tell me, why would the NBA, one, reward a team that trades Luka to the Mavs and then be like, well, we're going to give Dallas Cooper Flag. Why wouldn't they give it to a team on the East Coast in the Eastern Conference who is hemorrhaging stars, hasn't had or won a draft in forever? They would give it to Philly first. They would give it to Brooklyn first. They're going to choose Dallas. Not Philly, not Brooklyn, not Washington in the D.C. area. They're going to choose Dallas in the West, in a tough conference already, in the same division as Wemby. That's weird. But then they're going to follow that up by turning around. And by the way, this is not following up. They're going to give the Spurs the 2nd pick in the draft. So they're going to go Wemby and then what's his name that won Rookie of the Year this year? Back-to-back Rookies of the Year. And then they're going to go, you know what? Let's just triple down. You know what? Go on and bless them with the number 2 pick again. Let's do it again. Because, of course, the NBA is better when the San Antonio Spurs are great. Everybody knows that. Of course, the NBA is watchable when one of the smallest cities in the country that nobody gives a shit about is great. I mean, for fuck's sake, one of their greatest players of all time's nickname was the Big Fundamental. What's not to love? I mean, let's think about this for a second. Why? Why would they rig that like this? You don't think that they wouldn't have made Philly the number 1 choice on this list? They would have certainly not put them at 3. On this list right here, Philly would have been 1, not 3. If the NBA was picking and had their choice, Philadelphia is a much bigger market and sports town for basketball than Dallas. Sorry, Total Dallas, but that's a fact. East Coast, hello. Now, football, different story. Basketball? Shit. In my wire voice. Ain't no way the NBA is choosing Philly to go 3rd in the draft. They're like, oh, put that shit back. No, put the Mavs there. We'll go Sixers 1. We'll go Mavs 3. Actually, shit, we'll go Spurs 3. Sick of their shit already. They got Wemby. They got their guy. Next. And they damn sure ain't putting the Hornets and Jazz up there either. So, I mean, like, no. This is not how the NBA, if they had their druthers, this is not how it shakes out. At all. Six through 10 looks like this. Washington, the Pelicans, Brooklyn at 8, Toronto at 9, and your Houston Rockets at 10. And that's one off. The Rockets had their odds were projecting them to pick 9, or Phoenix's pick would have been 9. It ends up at 10. So, one off. They should have been 9. They end up at 10. No harm, no foul. 11 through 15, you've got the Blazers, the Bulls, the Hawks, the Spurs again, and then the Thunder picking 15. 16 through 20 is the Magic, the T-Wolves, the Wizards again, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Heat. 21 through 25, it goes Nets, Celtics, the Suns, and the Clippers. And, okay, I did that wrong. Did I add that twice? Son of a bitch. Yeah, I did that wrong. Hold on. Oh, shit. Well, I fucked that up. Hold on. 21. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That should be, yeah. So 21 is Utah. 22 is Atlanta. 23 is Indiana. Oh, son of a bitch. Motherfucker. I have jacked this all up. This is why you don't do shit on the fly. Right here. This is why you don't do shit on the fly. Hold on. And this is the... Oh, fucking kiss my ass. So this is the... Oh, bitch. Sucking nerd. This is the correct end of the draft. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That's what it looks like. Clippers are picking last, or picking 30th. Suns are picking 29. Celtics 28. Brooklyn has 26 and 27. 21 is actually Utah. 22 is Atlanta. The Pacers pick 23. 24 is OKC, and Orlando is 25. I don't know how I fucked that up. So, yep. And that's your first round. What's crazy is that, like, Brooklyn has 1, 2, 4 picks in the first round. Brooklyn has 4 picks in the first round. Washington has 2. OKC has 2. Crazy. As good as OKC is, they still have 2 picks in the first round. San Antonio has 2 picks in the first round. Number 2 and number 14. Atlanta has 2 picks in the first round. Like, there's a lot of folks with at least 2 picks in this first round of the draft. In fact, here, I'm going to share this. Let's see here. This might make life a little easier. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Here we go. We'll take a peek at this. I tried with the slides, okay? I tried. Here you go. So, Dallas, San Antonio, Philly. Charlotte, Utah, Washington, New Orleans, Brooklyn, Toronto, Houston, Portland, Chicago, Atlanta. And then, so what this shows you is where the picks came from. So that's the Suns pick that went to Houston. Kings pick went to Atlanta at 13. Hawks pick went to San Antonio at 14. Heat pick went to OKC at 15. Pistons went to Minnesota at 17. Memphis went to Washington at 18. Milwaukee's pick went to Brooklyn at 19. Golden State's pick went to Miami at 20. That's Jimmy Butler. The T-Wolves pick went to Utah at 21. The Lakers pick went to Atlanta at 22. Indiana kept their pick. OKC got a pick from the Clippers at 24. Brooklyn got a pick from the Knicks at 26. The Rockets' 27th pick went to Brooklyn. Boston pick 28. Cavs pick went to Phoenix at 29. And OKC had pick number 30, and that went to the Clippers. So, yeah. And the second round pick, don't worry about that shit. Rockets pick last in the second round. No one gives a shit. No value in the second round. But, yeah, that's a lot, man. 'Tis a lot. So Houston gets a top 10 pick. That's good. But yeah, interesting. Now here's a mock for you. If you're interested, Cooper Flagg first, Dylan Harper second, Ace Bailey third to the Sixers, VJ Edgecombe fourth to the Charlotte Hornets, Trey Johnson fifth to the Jazz, Knuppel sixth to the Washington Wizards, Jeremiah Fears to the Pels. Come on, Malak. I always fuck his name up. To Brooklyn, Derek Queen to the Raptors, Kasparis. I can't say his name. I better learn it. Jonas, whoever to the Rockets. Point guard out of Illinois. Aces Newell out of Georgia to the Blazers. First U of H guy I saw was late in the second round. That's the first time I saw a U of H player go. Let's see, where was it? There we go. Milos Uzan, 39 to the Raptors. That was the only one I saw on the board. Yeah. So, Knicks forfeited their pick. I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah. Look at Spoon. Go Spurs, go! Joe Pro. N-E-T-S, Nets, or whatever. Jared said Barry's definitely Jenny's one-star kid now. For what? For what? What am I? Let's see. Funny how some years it sucks to have pick number one and some years it does not. As much as the Rockets sucked in the past, couldn't get the number one pick, and other two Texas teams have. Yeah. But again, I don't subscribe to that theory though, Titan Hugo, because they ended up with Samson and Olajuwon. So, no, not getting me to buy into that. Total Dow says the Mavs' first time ever having the first pick. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Oh my God, we have a Christie sighting. What the shit? Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. We have a goddamn Christie sighting. Be still my heart. Christy, what's up, girl? No, the cat did not scratch my head. I was weed eating and a rock hit it. That's the glory. That's it. That's it. What up, Joe Bro? Amos said, right, like the Hornets would have wanted to keep Flagg in North Carolina and sell out every night. Exactly. Exactly. Didn't the Texas Lotto CEO step down because of the rigged lottery? I don't know. Did he? I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's possible it could be rigged. I just You would have a hard time convincing me that you're going to rig it when all of these billionaires have this much money on the line. I'm sorry. Jared Taylor, the Texas lottery wasn't rigged. What did I say? Lottery wasn't rigged. People with enough money to buy enough tickets to pick every configuration did that. It wasn't done by Texas Lotto. Supposedly it was a coin flip for 1 and 2. Really? No, that was back in the day they would do coin flips. I don't think that's the case anymore. What up, James? It's not the city's fault. Yeah. People are just mad because whatever change they made to the lottery system in 2019 doesn't favor tanking anymore. Exactly. You can't tank and get away with it. The system doesn't reward tanking. That's it. Dallas's WNBA team had first pick also. Good time to be a basketball fan in Dallas. Arlington, not so much. Alex had trade the pick. A draft lottery was fucking stupid to begin with. Why do you say that, Dubs? Why do you say that? Jared said what I'm gathering is Barry loves the Mavs. Definitely. Oh, now I see why. Barry's definitely Jenny's 1-star kid now. Kiss my ass, Jared. I'm not. I'm just a realist. I have always shot straight with you guys. 1,000%. I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to keep it a buck. Okay? I'm not going to come up here and bullshit you. I'm not going to let you guys go down these wild conspiracy theory roads. Now let's get to the question that was asked from Chris. Should the Mavs trade flag for Giannis? Oh. The question really is, can they, would they, and would he be a fit? And that's the thing that I don't think he's a fit. Giannis is, if I'm not mistaken, he's a 4. So he doesn't play. Well, hold on. Let's see. He mostly plays the. Let's see. He mostly plays the 4, which, I mean, you're not going to have AD and Giannis on the same team. What will be wild is if they trade AD for Giannis. But that's not going to happen. I don't see that happening. I don't think that's going to be the case, right? And remember, you've got to make the salaries match. So you've got to move money when you're going to move Giannis, or when you're going to go get Giannis. So you've got to have contracts to send at the same time. Now, the thing is, the Mavs aren't going to get Kyrie back for probably not next year. So Giannis coming to play for the Mavs wouldn't even make sense in that regard. You'd have 2 power forwards plus Cooper Flag, and then you'd have, Kyrie coming back the following year. What do you do with that? Are you going to move AD again? Like, I just in that regard, it doesn't make sense. And I know you would send Cooper Flag, I should say, but I think that you're not going to have 2-star power forwards in that regard. Now, do you do some sort of 3-team deal where AD goes somewhere? Perhaps. Maybe so. right? Does that change things? I think the play for the Mavs is you got your future. You got your future star. So you don't need to make a move. This was your franchise. This was your new Luka. You hope. I think the jury's still out. Some people aren't sold on the fact that Cooper Flagg is going to be a franchise caliber player. Some people think he is. Some people don't. But if he is, you don't trade that because you just did that. And if you do that again, you're definitely going to be run out of Dallas. You don't win the draft lottery to get Cooper Flagg, one of the most talked about freshmen in history of college basketball. And then in the same year that you trade Luka Doncic, trade that guy. Because the heat is off now. Right? I mean, we already talked about, I think we have to push pause on the fact that the Lakers got their ass whooped in the playoffs with Luka and LeBron. Maybe Nico was right. That's been my sentiment. I've said it all along and I'm not backing down from it. Maybe Nico was right. Let's push pause. Let's see what happens at the end of next year. But if the Lakers don't do shit again, I'm not even saying anything about Dallas because we're not going to know because Kyrie would be out and now Cooper Flagg changes the dynamic. But even without Cooper Flagg, no Kyrie, we wouldn't know. Let's just see what happens in LA. But if they shit the bed again and Luka's not doing shit, well, maybe Nico was right. Maybe Luka is just James Harden without a beard. You know? Prolific scorer, trash on defense, and can only get you so far. Can only do so much. Although Harden never got to the finals. He did do that. But we'll see. But I think if you're the Mavs, no. I mean, at best case scenario, you move AD for Giannis, sure. But you don't trade Cooper Flagg. That's your future. That's your future guy. You're going to build around him when Kyrie and AD are gone. And boy, there is not a happier man on the planet than Nico Harrison. Period. Endo story. Now, San Antonio has got to be ecstatic because they get to go out and get a stud, but they also have the ability now to take that number 2 pick and go out and get a bona fide scorer, move out of that number 2 pick because San Antonio is getting close to being in win now mode. They're real close. They're kind of like the Rockets, although the Rockets are a little more advanced, obviously. But San Antonio's probably like a year behind where the Rockets are. So San Antonio could take that number 2 pick and move it, and they bring in a bona fide stud all-star caliber player, and that's a team to be reckoned with, which now puts the Rockets on the clock. And that brings me to my next point. Now we need to talk Giannis. Now, in the past, the name has come up, should the Rockets trade for Giannis? And I've been like, nah, I want to see these young cats do their thing and let me see the rebuild. Okay, now listen. Shit has changed. Now, if you'll recall, when I did the show with Joel, and even on this show since, I've said I kind of want to see what happens. Let's see what happens in the offseason. Let's see what moves get made, and then let's let this thing play out for a year. Well, what I wasn't counting on was the Mavs getting Cooper Flagg and the Spurs getting the number 2 pick and the West becoming that much fucking better. That much faster. I think you got to fight fire with fire. I think if you're the Rockets, at this point, you really now have to consider going out and getting Giannis. You got to start playing chess. Look, you're looking at OKC. You know, you're kind of side-eyeing the Lakers because it's still Luka and LeBron. You don't know what they're going to be next year if the chemistry works over the offseason, kind of like Kyrie and Luka did. They had a half year of trash, but then the offseason came, and the next year they make it to the finals. But now you got Cooper Flagg, and the Mavs are going to be scary, not this year, but next. The Spurs are on the come. No sex jokes. No Diddy. I mean, again, OKC, you've got, shit, there's a ton of movement. And the Rockets are good, and they're in win now mode. And it might be time to pull that trigger. But you're now going to be probably competing with San Antonio, who's got better draft capital than you. And that might be the team that just goes, hey, we'll give you the number 2 pick, baby. Come on over, Giannis. And if that happens, folks, damn. It's going to be tough. West is just going to get a lot tougher for that young Rockets team. If the Spurs do that, if the Spurs pair up Giannis with Wemby and what's his name? I'm forgetting the kid's name that just won Rookie of the Year. Stephon Castle. Man. Because right now they got Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sochan, Chris Paul, but some of those are coming off the books. And Wemby's coming back. That's going to be scary. So, because that Chris Paul out, but they go and get that kid from Rutgers as a point guard. You'll have Castle at shooting guard, that kid from Rutgers at point guard, and Wemby at center. And Harrison Barnes is at power forward. Like, that's pretty stout. I don't know what Barnes' contract looks like, but even so, that's a pretty stout threesome right there. But if they trade Harrison Barnes and that number 2 pick and whatever else for Giannis, that shit gets real. So but the 2 teams that have been linked with Giannis the most is the Spurs and the Rockets. So the Rockets, the one advantage the Rockets have over the Spurs is they have a ton of future draft capital. So it's not just this year's pick. The Rockets can throw a ton of picks at the Bucks, which is an advantage. So it's not just the one. They can be like, yeah. They've got the number 2 pick this year, but we've got so many number 1s. Don't you want all these number 1s we've got? Look how many number 1s we've got. So many. We've got the best number 1s, all the ones. So shit could get interesting. Okay. Old Pop does love himself some Euros. Yep. Is CP3 still on the Rockets 40 mil? No, I don't believe so. I think that's cleared. Let's see. In my experience, if the Spurs are linked, not happening. Yeah, Pops is retired, but he's still in the front office. Flip. He took a front office job with the Spurs. Oh, yeah, De'Aaron Fox, too. But I think that all of that is coming off the books. Let me go to Spot Track. let's mosey on over to Sport Trek. Let's mosey, shall we? All teams, San Antonio. Let's look up SAS. Sassafras. Here we go. Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. I sound like, what's his name from Peaky Blinders? Oh, what was his name? Yeah, Pops is president of basketball ops. Yep. But what players are you giving for Giannis? So as long as it's not, it's probably Jalen Green. It's probably Fred VanVleet or Dylan Brooks, because you got to get some money in there. Probably Jabari. Sucks. But two things in that regard. He wants to start, and they're going to need a power forward. And he's young, and he really had a good playoffs. And he showed himself well. So the Bucks would be interested in something like that. So you send a budding star with a high ceiling like Jalen Green, a ton of potential in Jabari Smith, Fred VanVleet, which you would have to re-sign for the money aspects, and a plethora of picks. And you probably would have to send a bench player like, as much as I hate to say it, like a Jayshawn Tate or a Tari Eason, honestly. And that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, you have to pick. That's what I said. You have to pick up the Fred option first, but which they'll do. But then you turn it over to Fred. I mean, you turn it over to Reed Shepherd, and then with that 10th pick, you're going to go out and probably draft another point guard. I think Ime going to sign Fred, then trade him. He loves Fred. What? So here's the free agents for the Spurs. Spurs free agents, tracking the status of signed free agents. Here you go. Chris Paul, Jordan McLaughlin, Sandro Mamasai, Charles Basie, Bismack Biyombo, Harrison Ingram, David Duke Jr. That's an unfortunate name. And Riley Minix. So, yes. Yeah. And so those are, yeah, we go. Let's see. You got restricted free agents, non-bird, two ways. You got your bird rights, your non-bird rights, and all that bullshit. So there she blows. So yeah, you could make that work. Alpi Luis Scola 2.0 would be my first offer before everyone figures out how useless he is. You crazy, son. You crazy. Well, you have some great sports takes. That is not one of them. You crazy, son. Crazy. Listen, I'll be the first to admit, Alpi makes some dumb decisions. He does some weird shit. He does. There's times where he looks like he's out there on skates or a newborn baby deer that just found his legs. But Alpi was by far their best and most consistent player all year. He's an all-star. He's got, when he keeps his feet under him, fantastic footwork. he can score. He's not a great defender. I will say that, but he's improving. And there was a time last year when it was anybody but LP. This year, I think it's anybody but Amen and LP. Yeah. That's it. You're not trading LP, bro. Ain't no way. Exactly. I don't think Ime signs Fresh then trades him. Oh, signs Fred then trades him. He loves Fred. You're describing Luis Scola. No way. No. No. Luis Scola did not have the he didn't have the low post game that Alpi had. No. He didn't have the ability to rebound like Alpi. No. Don't make me pull up Luis Scola's numbers, bro. Don't make me pull up Scola's numbers. Goddamn, he played to 2016, 2017. That's crazy. Scola. Let's see. Basketball Reference. There we go. His career, he averaged 12 points a game, 6 total rebounds, and 1.6 assists. LP's already averaging like 19. And LP's averaging like a double-double almost. Scola's best year, he averaged 18 at his peak. His 4th year in the league. He went 10, 12, 16, 18, 15, 12. Total rebounds 6, 8, 8, 8, 6, 6. Yeah. And I mean, Alpi is already doing that. So, and he's getting better. And Scola was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, had played 8 years in another league before he got to the NBA. So he was already fucking old. He was 27 when he joined the NBA. Not the same, bro. Not the same at all. Not gonna let you put that on him. No. Won't allow it. I won't allow it. Let me see what is duplicate tab. Helprin Shengun. Alpi averaged 21 a game last year, 19 a game this year. Already. And 9.9 rebounds a game in year 2, 9.3 in year 3, 10.3 a game in year 4. Yeah, and he averaged 5 assists a game in both the last 2 seasons. Scola never averaged more than 2.5 assists in a season. Averaged 1.6 steals per game. Alpi averages 1. Scola averaged 0.3 blocks a game. Alpi's averaging almost 1 a game. Not the same, bro. Not the same. Walt said, I'm not saying stat for stat. I'm saying impact on their team at their best. Nah. LP, man, his see, the thing to me is like, even though he looks, oh, nice, way to go, Goose. Oh, Maverick, my bad, you're Maverick now. Change your name in the chat, Spoon. Change it to Maverick so we can make sure we're. Way to go, Maverick. Even though Alp looks like, because sometimes I'll agree, he does look out of control. He's still super effective. I think he's very effective. With his back to the basket, one, you can run the offense through him, whether it's in the low block or top of the key. He can bring the ball up the court. He can be the pivot for the offense at the elbow. And most importantly, and something Scola never was, he is a fantastic fucking passer. Unbelievable passer. Like, dude has eyes in the back of his head type shit. It wasn't Scola. I'm just going to wholeheartedly disagree with you on this. And I rarely do that. A lot of times you'll convince me of shit because I do respect your sports takes. Not this time. Punch yourself in the face, Walt. All right, so no to the trade, to the Mavs trading the pick. Got that covered. I think we're good, folks. I think we got it all. Oh, we didn't get to the one thing that FJ wanted to talk about. We're going to do that tomorrow. But we do have to, before we get on up out of chat, I had a birthday. I told you we had a birthday. Bitch. Don't get sassy. Oh, motherfucker, come on. You stinking bitch. Would you hurry up? Come on, Stinking Stein. What are we doing? What the fuck was that? Get out of here. That is not what that was supposed to do. What the hell is happening right now on my screen, man? Jesus Christ. All right, let me find this. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, go get your shot glasses. It's time. You dirty whore of a man. You dirty whore of a man. Oh. Oh, my. Oh, I'm not done yet, boy. My cat's yelling at me to get off the show. I'm not done yet. Daddy's still working. You hear him yelling? Daddy's busy. Daddy's celebrating. Yeah, baby. Funky fresh in the flesh. My dog Jacob Jam woke in the building. I made sure to check. I've never been wrong about this stuff. But if Rockets fans are hitching their wagon to him, I hope I'm wrong. Alpi also seems to wear shoes I can afford. Well, maybe I am wrong. If he wears shoes Titan Hugo can afford, then I might be wrong. He wears LeBrons. I just deleted the ones I made for him. Hey, happy birthday, Mr. Woke. Jacob, hope you had a fucking awesome day, sir. Hope it was the best. Hope you was pimping. Total Dallas, would you shut your bitch ass up? Being woke is cool. Oh my God, I can't hate you enough right now. Don't ruin this man's birthday with your corny ass jokes. Hey, Jacob, homie. Hey, a fellow Taurus. Grab the bull by the horns. Just don't have sex with it. Jacob, please, for the love of God. Not again. Hey, for real though, homie, hope you have a fantastic birthday. I do, man. Hope it's going good. I know you don't get to check in much. Still appreciate you supporting the show. As always, you're the man. Much love to you. Hope you get some roadhead. Or a hand job. Or, you know what? A little wobbly H action with a bull. Never hurt nobody. Unless the bull decides he doesn't want it anymore. And then it hurts somebody. But you know what? You grab that bull by the horns and you show its mouth who's boss. Okay, that got weird. Jacob, love you, buddy, man. Happy birthday to you, my friend. All my best. Cheers to you, friend. Cheers. Drink, drink, drunk. So good. I'm almost out. I can't believe I've almost drank this whole thing. Houseway. Some bitch is huge. How? We drink too much on this show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a problem. There go your team, TD. We drink too much on this show. I have established that as a fact. It's okay. We shall overcome. We shall persevere. So, Mr. Woe, happy birthday to you, my friend. Much love to you, brother. If you see this or watch it on the podcast later or listen on the podcast later, whatever. Joe, bro, or we don't drink enough. Sir, you're a goddamn lie. I shan't be here for your tomfoolery and shenanigans. All right, that's the birthday. Oh. Don't try it. What the hell was that, BB Dubs? Oh, we don't drink enough. How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. We're going to make some chicken for the wife. Let's get it. I hope you had a good day, folks. I had a good time. That was a fun show. That was very sportsy, but very fun. Enjoyed it. We got into some nitty gritty. We had a good time. We laughed, we cried, we talked conspiracy. Chrissy showed up. The intro suggests we drink a lot. This show host doesn't drink enough. Sir, this show's host drinks just enough. Just the right amount to keep him skinny. Joe Bro, solid show, Mr. Laminack. Any scheduling issues the rest of the week? No, sir. We are smooth sailing. We are clear. We have a clear runway taking us in through Friday, sir. We are good to go. Unless something pops up, which I'll let you know. But otherwise, we're good to go for the rest of the week, buddy. Normal week. Love you, Walt. Hey, Seuss, love you, buddy. You keep being you, Jesus. Joe Pro, my man. Love you. Jared, good to see you. Uriel, my friend, thank you. Kiss my ass, Jared. I hate you and I love you. Perry, good to see you, buddy. Christy, don't be a stranger. Flip. Thank you, producer Flip. FJ could have been you. You fucked up, dumbass. All right, y'all. I will see you mañana. In the meantime, do me 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. Won't you? Okay. See you tomorrow. Go watch some hockey, bitches. Enjoy yourselves. I know I'm going to. Toodles. A beard hair in my mouth. And he's making a YouTube video!